What do you think a billionaire's company holiday party looks like? Forget the awkward small talk and bad DJ. We're talking about a private concert that would make any festival promoter jealous. I'm talking about a lineup so insane, you'd think it was a fantasy draft for rock legends. This is the story of how one billionaire, Todd Boehly, threw the most epic holiday bash of all time. So, who is Todd Boehly? He's the chairman of Eldridge Industries, a massive holding company. Think of big names like the Los Angeles Dodgers, Draft Kings, and even the Golden Globes. He has a piece of all of them. He's also a co-owner of the Chelsea Football Club. With a net worth hovering around $9 billion, let's just say his holiday party budget is a little different from ours. The event went down at the historic Capitol Theater in Port Chester, New York. And the house band for the night? Oh, just a little group they called the Dirty Bats. This supergroup featured none other than Slash from Guns N' Roses on guitar, his bandmate Duff McKagan on bass, and Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers on drums. Rounding out this core band was super producer Andrew Watt, who's worked with everyone from Ozzy Osbourne to Post Malone. So right from the start, the foundation was legendary. But a supergroup needs singers, right? Well, Boehly didn't just get one or two. He assembled a rotating cast of rock and pop royalty. The show kicked off with YUNGBLUD, the high-energy British rocker. He stormed the stage to join the Dirty Bats for two absolute classics: Black Sabbath's War Pigs and the Rolling Stones' Start Me Up. Can you imagine that energy? Starting a holiday party with War Pigs is a power move, and having Slash shredding that iconic riff is just next level. After YUNGBLUD set the bar incredibly high, the stage welcomed the incredible Brandi Carlile. Known for her powerful voice and heartfelt songwriting, she switched gears a bit. First, she took on the monumental task of singing Led Zeppelin's Black Dog. That's a song that requires serious vocal chops, and you know Brandi delivered. Then, she performed her own Grammy-winning hit, The Story. It must have been a beautiful, powerful moment, showcasing her immense talent backed by a band of rock gods. Just when the audience thought it couldn't get any wilder, out came Anthony Kiedis, the frontman of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He reunited with his drummer Chad Smith on stage, which is always a treat for Chili Peppers fans. And what did he sing? He went for pure, unfiltered rock and roll aggression. First up was Motorhead's Ace of Spades. It's one of the most iconic, hard-driving songs in history, and hearing Kiedis' distinctive vocals on it must have been surreal. He followed that up with Iggy and the Stooges' punk anthem, Search and Destroy. Two raw, powerful punk and metal tracks back to back. The energy in that room must have been absolutely electric. The parade of legends wasn't over. Next to grab the mic was a true icon of the 90s grunge scene, Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. He didn't just sing one song, he did a full 5-song mini-set. He played some of Pearl Jam's most beloved classics, like Corduroy, Better Man, and Wishlist. Imagine being at a company party and suddenly you're at a Pearl Jam concert, with Eddie Vedder's iconic voice filling the room, backed by Slash and Duff McKagan. It's a grunge fan's dream come true. He also threw in a cover of the Dead Boys punk classic, Sonic Reducer, keeping that raw rock and roll spirit alive. You'd think that would be the grand finale, right? How do you top Eddie Vedder? Well, Todd Boehly had one more superstar up his sleeve, and this one was a bit of a curveball. The final headliner of the night was none other than Bruno Mars. Yes, the pop and funk superstar ready to rock out with the Dirty Bats. And rock out he did. Bruno's set was a masterclass in showmanship. He started with Led Zeppelin's Whole Lotta Love, proving he has the rock vocals to hang with the best of them. Then he tackled the Police's Roxanne, a song that requires incredible range and control. He even channeled the great Jimi Hendrix with a cover of Fire. He also performed Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana, a song that actually featured guitarist Steve Stevens, who has a style often compared to Slash's, so it was a perfect fit. But the most talked about moment of Bruno's set, and maybe the whole night, was his finale. He took on one of the most sacred songs in rock history, Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. The idea of Bruno Mars singing Nirvana might sound strange on paper, but videos from the event show him absolutely owning it. He brought the angst, the energy, and the passion, all while Slash ripped through Kurt Cobain's legendary guitar parts. It was a surprising and unforgettable performance that showed just how versatile Bruno Mars truly is. For the grand finale, every single guest vocalist returned to the stage. YUNGBLUD, Brandi Carlile, Anthony Kiedis, Eddie Vedder, and Bruno Mars all crowded around the microphones. Together, with the Supergroup band, they launched into the ultimate rock and roll anthem. Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good. It was the perfect, joyful end to an unbelievable night of music. A Billionaire's whim brought together this once-in-a-lifetime collection of artists, all sharing a stage, celebrating the history of rock and roll. So what does a party like this cost? It's impossible to know for sure, but we're talking millions. Appearance fees for artists of this caliber are astronomical. Add in the venue, production, and the all-star band, and you're looking at a bill that would bankrupt most companies. But for a man worth nearly $9 billion, it was probably just a drop in the bucket. A very loud, very cool, very rock and roll drop in the bucket. It just goes to show, when you have that kind of money, your company holiday party can literally be the greatest concert that never was. What do you think? What would your dream holiday party lineup be? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from the wild world of music.